Welcome back to my video review of Will Smith, Best Shape of My Life, episode number 3. And I'm reviewing this in relationship to the weight loss efforts that Will Smith has gone through, specifically because he ends up giving up his path. And so far, I've reviewed episode 1 and 2, and I have links to those below this video. So if you haven't seen my review of what went wrong in those first 2 episodes, click down below and you'll catch up.
Publisher's called again. Let me know what you want me to tell him.
I got road dirt in my face.
What is stated here is that he says, I think I need to push the date of the book to next year because it needs to be perfect. So this episode is regarding how Will Smith really has to push himself for perfection in order to do something. And as you may know from episode 1 and 2, he wants to get into the best shape of his life while he's also writing his memoir. And what is happening, if you haven't seen the first episodes, is he's really behind on those. And one thing I want to bring up as someone who helps people to lose weight is that you don't need to make things so damn difficult in order to lose weight. And it's sad to watch Will Smith go through this process of weight loss and using a very, very difficult and unsustainable method in order to do it. And now his book is suffering. So we'll watch what happens in this episode.
Just camels on the side of the street. If I get attacked by a camel, that would be terrible. That's crazy.
As far as the weight loss is concerned, it's all on point. It's all going well.
It's the way to go work out.
We are tracking around about a pound a week. So he's in a great frame of mind at the moment, and I think he's really enjoying it.
So now I want to say congratulations to Will. He's losing what he had wanted, which is 1 pound a week. He's trying to lose 20 pounds in 20 weeks. And so he's on target to do that based on this 1 pound a week. The problem is that I want to remind you all is that he's still trying to write the memoir. So even though that he's succeeding at losing the weight, he's doing it in a way that's costing him on the other side of not getting the chapters of the book done on schedule like he should.
This is fantastic. We gotta mix it up, you know what I mean? So it's fine. Dubai is a very bike-friendly city, Jazz. I love this town. Can I have everyone's attention? Welcome to Skydive Dubai. Who's up first? Yeah!
As a child, I would disappear into my imagination.
Any questions from the champion? Any questions from the challenger? Let's get it on!
This constant stream of images and colors and ideas were as real to me as real life. Sometimes even more so. Living in your own little world with your own rules can be an advantage sometimes. I can make my mind believe anything. I was able to cultivate an almost delusional level of confidence. As an adult, I realized that my imagination is my gift. And when it merges with my work ethic, I can make money rain from the heavens.
first down. That's how I do it. On the ground, son!
Yeah, that's gangster. That's gangster. Thank you, man.
There you go.
I'm inspired to create when I live on the edge of my capacity and capabilities, right? So I like to do things right now. Let's start today. While we rapping about it, let's be about it.
On the helipad, because we hella bad.
Will has the classic work hard, play hard mindset. A lot of his professional success, at least, could be traced to some of that. But this behavior is actually an example of what we refer to as a manic defense.
Yeah. Yin.
Ah, here we have my favorite person, Dr. Romney. I love how she is just spot on when it comes to talking about why Will does the things that he does. And the comment of work hard, play hard definitely comes into view loud and clear during this episode 3, where you see Will think that anything worth having is going to be something that you have to work really hard at. And I just want to reiterate to you that in order to lose 20 pounds, you don't have to make it that hard. You don't have to actually make it hard at all. Will just has the mindset that in order for him to feel, I guess, some sort of satisfaction out of getting to his goal, that he has to struggle and that he has to do it in a way that requires an extreme amount of discipline. And all of that is outdated information. Now, granted, I will say first and foremost that I think that Will Smith is an amazing person and that he perseveres and that he has that strong mentality. But when it comes to weight loss, he can put that all aside. He doesn't need that. So unfortunately, Will Smith is not my client.
Movie star, rule number 15. Never film a movie star when he's abusing his staff, unless it's funny. Then shoot it and circulate it amongst the crew.
The biggest challenge with Will is he's always taking on hundreds of different things at once. You only have 24 hours in a day.
So you plan on getting in the best shape
The best
of your
shape
life?
of my life at 52. Why do you do 2 gloves?
I just do.
Good answer. Movie star rule number 12. Never go faster than the movie star.
How's everything?
Man, it is all beautiful.
You cut weight?
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, you cut weight. In my own professional career, when I check, I cut almost 800 kilo.
That's crazy.
If you need cutting weight, just
I know, yeah, exactly.
Now, I do want to interject here regarding pro wrestlers. When it comes to weight loss, I don't know if you heard when he lost 800 kilos, but the important thing here is that when he was talking about how he knows how to lose weight, it's because they have to weigh in every time before a match and they have to hit a certain weight or else they get put into a different class. And that could mean that they get put, if they're a little chubby, they get put into fighting a bigger guy that they might lose against. So what happens is a lot of people that are involved in sports learn how to gain weight and lose weight really fast, and it can actually cause serious damage to their metabolism in doing that over and over again. So for those of you out there that may be a wrestler and say, well, I'm proud that I know how to cut weight like that every time I need to, it's dangerous to think that that is healthy to continue to do to your body year in and year out. So just be aware of that. So even though it's a thing that this wrestler is very proud of, that doesn't mean it's healthy.
That manic defense, it's like having a crutch. And I think he almost needs to be set up into impossible tasks to be able to push himself to excellence. There's a real seduction to it, but there's also a real danger.
My favorite person on his team is Dr. Romney. She is not giving outdated information. She is spot on.
Big shots. Let's go, let's go.
Feels like Will's really feeling his days lately.
3, 2, 1, time.
Doesn't ever seem to sit down.
Hey, Will, just checking in on those chapters. Let me know. Bye.
I don't know how y'all don't know what it is by now. Because how many weeks do we have to be together before y'all can know what it is?
Becoming famous is about as much fun as the material world has to offer. In 1989, I was at the top of the mountain, so I purchased my first mansion. I flew 10 of my friends from Philly to Atlanta. As always, I had Charlie Mack by my side, and I closed down the Gucci store. Whatever y'all want, I got it, I said, slinging my Amex down on the counter.
These movie star rules, just so you know, are ironclad and unchangeable, and they've been around for centuries.
The book is an emotionally and physically exhausting exercise. Each chapter deals with a dominant emotion he's grappled with during different phases of his life. To do this is definitely going to take a psychological toll on Will. The thing is, Will, as a child, created a rich, imaginary world that ultimately we all got invited into through theater. And if that's how a person gets through childhood, you can easily see how that blurring between a real world and an imaginary world not only becomes a way to cope, but it could also become a way to escape.
Our minds are story machines. The functioning of our brain is narrative. Setting our goals and what we're going to go for and how we're going to achieve it is based on the story we tell ourselves. Our mind needs a story.
58.
Yep.
How you feeling, man?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Oh, bien, gracias.
Just hot today.
Yeah.
That's the thing, we're starting later. But it's pretty hot out there.
It is. It
And
feels.
when you come up this side, you run directly into the sun.
It might sound strange coming from a trainer, but you really have to keep a close eye on him in terms of pushing too hard. He, at times, can function like a racehorse in which, you know, he'll just keep going until he dies or gets injured.
Here, I just want to point out that he's wearing devices. He has one, of course, on his wrist, which is a Fitbit, and then he has another one around his knee. And those are to monitor him while he's doing all these exercises. And I just want to let all of you know, if you're trying to lose weight and you need to put monitors on your body in order to do it, then you're not doing it the right way. You're doing it in a way that could be possibly unhealthy and possibly lead to other problems if you overdo it. And the reality is, it's just sad that he's working so damn hard to lose those 20 pounds when he doesn't have to do it in that manner.
You went for a run.
I went for a run
At 3 a.m.?
at 3 a.m.
We actually organized a step challenge, so there's 8 of us that are going head to head in a step challenge. There's a little bit of insanity that I wouldn't say crept in, it actually exploded in.
So now here we go with the step challenge. Obviously, it plays right into what we saw before, that Will is so damn competitive. And when you give him something to be competitive about, he goes to the nth degree. And unfortunately, when it comes to his personality, I have a sinking feeling when I look at Will that if I were to have him as my client, he would say, oh no, the way you're teaching me is way too easy, Janina, so this possibly can't work. Because in his mind, he thinks everything has to be so damn hard in order for it to work. And it's not the case when it comes to losing weight. He obviously lives by that motto: if it's not difficult to do, it's not worth doing. And again, when it comes to weight loss, it doesn't have to be difficult, people. But again, I'm glad to see that the people around him are starting to see the extremeness of his mentality when it comes to making things difficult. Meaning, it doesn't have to be hard in order for it to work. But in Will's case, he seems to believe that if it's not hard, it's not going to work. And that's sad that the diet and fitness industry has made people out there to believe that it's difficult to do. And that, again, plays into if it's so darn difficult to do that you need their supplement or their medication or their exercise plan to lose the weight. And again, I just want to reiterate to you that that is outdated information.
That next Friday, we were off to the Bahamas. Jeff had heard of a famous recording studio in Nassau.
Do you know we landed in the Bahamas and we landed and raced the whole island?
Yeah, somebody said it was 2.5 hours to jog the whole island. And I was like, oh, I can do it in less than that. And Charlie was like, well, I can do it in less than that. And right off the plane, a challenge to run the whole island. So I was like, whenever you stop, I'm doing a mile more than that.
Right.
So just know.
Right.
And he tapped out at 12 miles, and I ran 13. I just feel like human beings excel more easily and more effectively in groups.
429, set the best time, Jazz, go!
The fight camp mentality is the way that my mind excels.
5 seconds, Jazz, go! 4, 3, 2. Yeah. 8:46. There you go, Jan. There you go, Jan.
Everyone just clapped.
That's great.
I'm always looking to put together the tribe that is going to go on this mission together.
I believe I forgot to introduce myself on this video. My name is Janina Soto, and what I do is I help men get rid of the belly fat. But more on that later.
How many reps you doing, Scotty?
Doing the full 8.
The full 8. Okay, cool. Almost went for the 10. 9. That was 9.
Come on, I'm gonna help you with the set. Help you with the set.
Yeah, get his shit off camera.
Then I'll put it back when I gotta put it back.
Will got over 30,000 steps, I think 32, 33. Just to put that in perspective, I ran a marathon with less steps than what he did yesterday.
I'm gonna get as close to death as I can tonight on the treadmill.
You give someone a Fitbit that changes them, I'm telling you. You gotta be careful though, mate.
I know, yeah, I'm definitely doing too much.
Yeah, because you're gonna fatigue yourself really quick and you're gonna be out of
I'm
action.
gonna be out of action, yeah. I'm gonna just pass him one more time tonight at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You gotta understand.
So what's happening, man?
I've had a hamstring issue. Now I'm about to get my ass shocked.
Hey.
Will, how was rehab?
Well, I can't run in the morning, and I talked all that crap, and then I don't get to trade tomorrow. But it's 24 hours, so I'll run tomorrow night.
I'm glad to see that Will is showing the repercussions of when you overdo something. Obviously, showing that he has to go see a doctor regarding a muscle problem is good to let everyone know that you do something that extreme, you're going to end up with some complications. And this is his body telling him it's too much. So again, you don't have to do too much in order to lose weight. And his body is letting him know that it wouldn't be a good idea to continue doing this too much.
Our first full studio session, day 9 in the Bahamas, was more like a night in a club. Jeff was DJing while we all sat around with girls and food and drinks. Occasionally, I would get up on the mic, more performing for the crowd than trying to innovate or create new music. Me and Jeff were unfocused and out of sync.
It seems like your life is like excelling, but it's actually falling apart. Yeah. Right? It really was, right? It really was.
Hey, well, it's D. I'm getting a little worried about the deadline for the book. I think we owe the publishers like 5 chapters at this point. Give me a call.
This is the problem with feelings, right?
You sound crazy even questioning whether you should be caring about whether feelings are...
Well, feelings come in after survival.
No. You can't survive without addressing the feelings.
Not if a pit bull is chasing them. They're not going to talk to you about how they feel. They're going to want you to get that pit bull off of them.
You're just making up crazy stuff just to avoid trying to talk about the real thing.
After that first session, our manager pulled Jeff and I aside and warned us that if we didn't start recording, he was pulling the plug. You don't understand the creative process, I said. This environment, the people, all the stuff we're doing is our inspiration. Just let us do what we do and you do what you do, I said. He nodded very slowly as if to say, okay, I see how it is. 1 month and a couple $100,000 into our process, we had still not completed a single song. Our album was doomed from the start.
Part of me thinks in watching this right now is that I believe that Will also likes working out super hard and using this as an excuse as to why he's not getting the book done. In my opinion, it's, to me, the scapegoat for him not wanting to face the emotional turmoil of going through his feelings in that book. So in a way, I believe Will is using it not only to try to, quote unquote, get into the best shape of his life, but also to give that excuse of, well, I couldn't finish the book because look how hard I was working on my body. So maybe that was it.
When I bought my first motorcycle, a blue Suzuki Katana 600, I wasn't perceiving that as a medicinal reflex.
All right, let's get it.
Nor did I connect the purchase of my custom Suburban to my feelings of inadequacy, loss, and betrayal. I didn't correlate my cravings and my generally erratic behavior with the wounded state of my heart.
That's fantastic. Oh, that's spectacular.
You okay, buddy? The thing is, the bigger the fantasy you live, the more painful the inevitable collision with reality.
There are skin laceration.
It's like excruciating pain.
So you need stitches for sure.
The universe will slap you awake in the tune of 1,000 angry voices and will invoke a painful and divinely perfect retribution. This is gonna be a mess.
He had a lot that he was sort of working with this week.
I'm talking! Oh, Will, can you stand over here? Can you do this? You are killing me. This shit is stupid. I'm done and I'm ready to move on with my life.
So there was a sneak peek into episode 4, and yes, I will be reviewing episode 4 also. But if you would like to lose weight doing it the simple way, without all these difficult exercise routines or any fad diets, then here's what I have for you. I've set aside some time in the next 48 hours to speak with you about how you can lose the weight the simple way. Just go to goodbyegut.com/talk, and there you'll see my calendar. Pick a time and a date that works for you, and I'll call you at that time. And we can talk about what's been working for you, what hasn't been working for you, what your goals are, and how much weight you want to lose. And I guarantee you it'll be the best 45 minutes that you've spent working towards your goal. And if I can't help you get to your goal, I will guide you into the direction that will get you to your goal. Because my goal here is to make sure that you don't go down the rabbit hole of misinformation. And believe me, there is a lot of it out there. And this video series here with Will Smith is proving that even when you have all the money in the world, sometimes you can have a group of people sitting around you that are still giving that outdated information. So if you would like to reach me, please go to goodbyegut.com and I'll catch you on the other side. Oh, and by the way, all of the video links for the previous episodes are below. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Goodbye Gut. And then that way you'll be notified when I put out the review of episode number 4. So catch you on the next one.